Guys, welcome to our lesson. We're going to be learning about factoring trinomials. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave a like and subscribe. JK. I'm Miguel. And we're going to be learning this. Enjoy.
So, the formula is x squared plus bx plus c. Alright, so in order to factor the trinomials, you need to find two numbers that you can multiply to get c, that when you add them up, it equals 2b. Alright, yeah, so that's the formula. Do you understand?
Yes, but where is the A supposed to go?
Alright, so sometimes you have a number in front of the x, so that would be your A. But sometimes if you don't have a number in front of the x squared, then the A is just a 1. Alright. So the first example would be something like x squared plus 6x plus 8. So we're going to do just like I said, we're going to find two numbers, then when you multiply them equals 8. So we have over here the 8, and we have 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. So out of these numbers, we got to find one pair that when you add them, they equal 6, right? So when you add these, you get 9, and when you add these, you get 6. So which one do you think we should use? Alright, so here you go. Alright, so then when we factor, we just write the x. Since it's x squared, we're going to write it 2 times, right? So we're going to have x plus 2, because this is a positive number. And we're going to put the parentheses, and then we're going to have another x, since this is x squared, plus, and then the other number, which is 4. Alright, so then if we multiply these two numbers, 2 times 4 will give us 8. And then if we add them, it will give us 6, and we have our x squared. So this is the answer. This is a factorized version of the trinomial. That's it.
So what if a number was negative?
Here. Alright, so that's what I'm about to explain. So there's 4 types of solutions. There's when b is positive and c is positive, which is just like right here and the example that I first showed you. So you would have, since c is positive, both are going to be positive, right? So then you have when b is positive and c, no wait, b is negative and c is positive, right? So we have positive, so they're both going to be negative. Alright, okay, so the third situation is when b is positive and c is negative. So in that case, the biggest number would be the positive number. Alright, so for example, say that the first number you have is the biggest number, then that would be the positive. And then if the smaller number is over here, that will be the negative. And if the smaller number is on this side, then this would be the negative, and this would be the positive. Right. So then we have when both b and c are negative, so then the number with the highest value is going to be negative. So it could be this one, or it could be this one, whichever one has the biggest value.
Our next example of doing this equation will be x squared plus 2x minus 15. And we know that the two numbers have to multiply up to negative 15 and add up to 2, so we have to do the little table at negative and positive. And then the factors for negative 15 are negative 1 and 15, and we have negative 3 and 5. But we know that this equals 2 when we add it. So now we plug it into this, and it has to be x equals negative 3 plus the negative 3 right there. And then x plus 5 equals negative 5x plus 6. But we need to put this side on the same side as x squared, so we have to do the opposite, which would be x squared plus 5x minus 6 equals just 0. And we can just ignore that part. And now we have to find the factors that multiply up to negative 6 and add up to positive 5. To do the table, and it would be negative 1 and 6 and negative 2 and 3. And we know that this equals up to positive 5, so we plug it into that equation with x and negative 1 and x plus 6, and then that will be our solution. Now we actually have to solve it because it says equals to 0. So we have x minus 1 equals 0, and you do the opposite to put it on the other side, which would be x plus 1 on both sides. And then it would just be x equals 1. But then we have x plus 6 equals 0, and we have to do the opposite for that side, and it has to be x and negative 6. So we have our two solutions.
Welcome back with me, the best out of the three. And we're going to do this example. Oh my God. The best out of the three. That rhymes. And we're with this example.
Which is
Plus 4. 7x squared plus 29x plus 4. It seems complicated, right? Not at all. You're supposed to multiply these two numbers, and that equals 28. And find out which one equals 29. Of course, since I'm smart. 28 and 1. That equals 29. Duh. And so, what you're supposed to do is 7x squared 1x plus 28x plus 4. Because this replaces the 29. And so it's in the middle. And then so you put the parentheses around it, blah blah blah. And then this, it equals x, because you take out the common thing about it. So it's 7x, because it's squared, plus 1, parentheses. This is 7x, I'm sorry, it's 4. Okay, it's 4. Oh my God! So the common thing of number about these two is 4. So it's 7x plus 1. And so since this is 1, and these two are 1, this is technically 1 plus 4. So x plus 4, parentheses, and then 7x plus 1. That's it. It's that easy. Another example, it's 8x squared minus 9x minus 5 equals 4 minus 3x. Ooh, challenging, right? Am I right? Hell no. Plus, you add plus 3, add 3 here, and that equals negative 6x. You subtract, or you subtract 4, subtract 4 from here, and this is negative 9. So then you basically rewrite the whole equation right here. So then this is simple stuff. Same thing we did for last one, which is multiply this one and this one, and it equals negative 72. Alright? Okay, anyway. What do you call it? So, since these are both negative, the highest one has to be negative. So, one thing I could think of is 12, right? 12 and 6. And of course, since I'm smart, I got it first try. So, it's negative 6. Duh. This equals that. So, we're gonna go like that and add these ones here. So 6x minus 12x, erase that, minus 9, and then you put the parentheses, this equals 4x, this equals 3. This, the common, okay, the common thing about these two is negative 3, which is 4x and then plus 3. So this is common in both of them. Use these two. And it's 2x minus 3 and then 4x plus 3. And then, since we had an equal sign, we have to solve it. Solve. Then you add 3 and divide by 2. And you get 3 halves, which equals the first x. And this one, you gotta subtract 3, which is negative 3, divide 4, which is negative 3/4.